Thanks for tuning in. This is Matt from the Dice of the Round Table, and today we're talking about Victory at Sea, and I'm going over nation rules, and today we're going over the Japanese. So subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you're notified of future content, like the content if you appreciate it. So we have some fluff about them, and I feel like the Japanese are going to be the heavy hitters in this game because they're going to have a lot of aircraft. They probably have the most aircraft of anyone in the game. And just so you have an idea, they have two different fighters, one in 1940, one 1944 in this book. Both are 20 points. The 1944 version has better dogfighting and a little bit more movement. They have two bombers, a 1940s version and 1944 version. And basically they're both 15 points. The only difference is an extra inch of movement, and it has some dogfight capability. Then there's the Kamikaze in 1944. It has 20 points, 25 inches of movement, and 2 damage dice. So that's about it. The spotlight battleship for them is the Yamato. It is 1,000 points. It is probably the most expensive battleship in this sampling that they give. And you get 3 mega guns. I'm going to call them mega guns. The 18.1 inch, there's 3 turns, 3 of each. So they're giving you 46-inch range. So you're definitely going to have spotting aircraft used with the Yamato. So you can shoot at extreme range. We got some AA turrets. There's some small 6-inch turrets, AA battery. And then we got some light guns. So all over the place. It has a torpedo belt. It's got armored deck, aircraft 7. So you can launch those spotting flights. But let's talk about the special rules. 1, long lance torpedoes. So not only do their torpedoes go further, so long lance torpedoes are used in the same way as other torpedoes unless the range to the target exceeds 20 inches. So you get a little bit better range than other nations. Awesome. Not so awesome part. If the target is at a greater range than 20 inches, roll a d6 for each torpedo that hits. It only really hits on a roll of a 6. So the Americans, before 1943, all torpedoes, you got to roll a second time on a 5 or 6 hits. On this, you get longer range, but you only hit if it's over 20 inches if you roll again and get a 6. So I'm okay with that, I think. Fan salvos. Any ship capable of firing 3 or more attack dice of type 93 torpedoes. So they're getting the torpedo spread. After fleets have been deployed but before battle begins with the intention of hitting multiple enemies, roll 1d6 for every ship taking part of the fan salvo. This will expand the ship's torpedoes for the battle. So it's something that happens at the beginning of the game, and you're just launching torpedoes because you know a fleet's coming. If they have a one-shot trait, but will be reloaded in time for the battle if they are slow loading. A random enemy ship will be automatically hit on the roll of a 6. So, before battle, if you play boat action, think preparatory bombardment kind of. You're going to roll a 6, and you're going to randomly assign that hit to a ship. So, if I have 5 ships taking part, I'm going to roll 5d6. Every 6, I'm going to randomly assign to a ship in the opposing fleet. That sounds pretty cool, actually. Really good. Like I said, I think Japanese have it. Firefighting. The carriers of the Imperial Japanese Navy had poor fire control procedures. If a Japanese carrier has a crew area critical score of 2 or more, it suffers a -1 penalty to all damage control rolls. That's going to really suck, but if your carriers are getting hit, I mean, I don't know, they're going to be probably going down if someone can concentrate fire, especially if you have a mixed fleet with battleships. But that's the Japanese fleet, Imperial Japanese Navy. The fluff is pretty cool, gives you some information about the super carriers and their engagement with the U.S. But otherwise, thanks for watching and tune in for the other content.